What's going on, guys? My name is Psutka, and today I want to talk about the 2 ways you can create on YouTube and how your choice can make or break you as a creator. Let's do it. For those of you who are new, I make YouTube videos about photography, self-improvement, and happiness in general, and I kind of wrap all of that up into a cinematic roller coaster. Okay, let's get into today's topic. So this is not my first YouTube channel. I've had a couple YouTube channels throughout my 20s, and I've learned a lot about YouTube and creating in general. My first YouTube channel was in my early 20s, and it was focused on like jackass stunts and chaos. These kinds of videos are for the people watching. Sure, at the time I was having a ton of fun, but it was completely driven by attention, doing crazy stunts so that the people watching would get a kick out of it. I don't regret any of it though. This side of YouTube isn't really sustainable, at least for most people. Sure, I could have gotten to a point where I was making a stable income off the videos, but it wouldn't have lasted for a couple of reasons. Number one, when you're doing those kinds of videos, the stunts inevitably become bigger and bigger, and so the risk of injury and in some cases even death becomes bigger and bigger. And two, there's no real fulfillment in it, the fun will end, and eventually you'll be left doing things on a weekly or daily basis that you don't want to do, and that is a bad spot to be in. My second YouTube channel was based around eating some of the world's hottest peppers, and that gets old fast. It's not even really eating the pepper, it's the aftermath. You can imagine. And from being an alcoholic for many years, my insides weren't in the best condition, so those peppers wreaked havoc. These two are perfect examples of doing YouTube for them, doing YouTube for the audience. Okay, we've got a lot of ground to cover and a short amount of time to do it. Let's move. I've got the camera balanced so delicately on this fence, I better make this quick. Now, as I've changed and grown through my 20s, YouTube has always been on my mind. The idea of creating what I want to create and being able to share it with so many people has never subsided in me. Now, as I got sober, I completely changed the way I was living and the way I was viewing this world, and what happened was I saw a different side of YouTube that I had never seen before, and that was the filmmaker creator community. People like Peter McKinnon and Cody Warner and Maddie and Teppo Hapoya and Chris Howe and Lizzie Pierce and Jesse Driftwood and Chris and Becky and Daniel Schiffer, and the list just goes on and on. There's so many incredible creators and filmmakers and photographers in this community, it's ridiculous. The thing that stuck with me about this community is that everyone's working together to be better filmmakers and creators in general. Hey guys, this is Chris from the future now. My microphone battery decided to die on me while I was recording that, so let's finish it off here, shall we? There was so much support and just so much good coming from this community, I was blown away. It changed the way that I saw YouTube. To me, YouTube was this rough cut DIY show basically. And I think the reason that I see it that way or saw it that way is because that's what it initially was. So my view of a successful YouTube channel, or at least a successful YouTube channel for myself, was based around all of that. Okay, now that we've got that out of the way, let's continue on.
Nobody else, nobody else,
That's our destination, folks. It's gonna be an epic sunset tonight. This community changed the idea of creation for me. I got engulfed in the craft and the act of creating as opposed to the idea of being in front of a camera. It showed me how you can do YouTube for you and not for attention. Yes, obviously you need people's attention if you want a successful channel, but the way that these creators were going about it was progress and creation above anything else. Putting out a video that showcased their work and where they were in their creative journey came first. When you're creating for you instead of creating for them, the product will always be superior. Doing it this way makes it so you can do it over the long run, and I've just started experiencing this for myself. If I was putting this much work into one of my older channels, I doubt I'd be enjoying myself this much. It would be a real struggle to continue putting videos out, and it was. This is not easy, and you really have to enjoy what you're doing. This is doing YouTube for you. I'd also like to say that you can do YouTube for you, but you can structure your content around the idea that it's informative to your audience. So that way you're doing YouTube for them as well, but you have to come first. Not a bad view, eh? So we've got downtown Toronto over there, we've got Ontario Place over here, and that's where we're headed. Adios on the port side. It doesn't turn. Alright guys, so it's actually the next day. I came back because the sunset I recorded was not good enough for this location. This is epic. This is epic. And it deserves a sunset just as epic. So here you go. Alright guys, if you enjoyed this video, go down there, hit the like button, be something positive you did today. I'd greatly appreciate it. Subscribe and do the thing with the bells so that you know the second I put out another video, and I will see you all next time.